Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a Denver Broncos draft recap, trying to get a video out for every team as this offseason goes on. Also, if you're interested in any of those teams to the left of that Broncos logo, those videos are already out, so check those out if you're interested. Also, check out all my film rooms, all of that, as well as my Broncos mock draft, where I think I had a very different draft than they ended up with. I think I got the Dulcich pick correct, but without further ado, let's get into it. So the needs addressed by the Broncos, according to ESPN, were tight end, cornerback, and safety. They didn't address inside linebacker or tackle. And I think they could have used a tackle. And inside linebacker is just all right. But with their first pick, they got edge, and that was Nick Bonito from Oklahoma. Really just a speed rusher right now, and I think he's a developmental guy, in my opinion, and I'm not super high on him personally, but they got him right where the value was right, apparently, at 64 for ESPN. That's where he was picked. And I think he's a solid player, not someone too excited about, but will be a good rotational guy with Bradley Chubb and Randy Gregory and whoever else they have on the defensive line. Now, in the third round, they got Greg Dulcich from UCLA. I believe I ever did my tight end rankings video. I didn't go super into tight ends, but I think he was my tight end 1. And he's just a really good receiver. I like him a lot. I think he's super fast, and I think he's going to be fun for the Broncos to kind of pair with Albert O. And I think, again, really good pick in the third round. In the fourth round, they got Damari Mathis from Pittsburgh. Hand-fighting corner, plays a lot of press, and again, he has a little too many penalties, but I think you can clean that up. Adding to that cornerback room was really one of their few weaknesses on that roster, and I think that's a very good pick. In the fourth round, with their second fourth-round pick, they got Ioma Uwazurike, probably butchering that, from Iowa State. He's probably going to play 3-tech, and he might go all the way. I mean, he could go inside, he can go outside. They have him at edge rusher, defensive end. He's probably a 3-4 defensive end. 3-4 defensive end. Big guy, really long, great athlete, and just a ton of strength on him. Not much of a finesse guy. Again, not burst speed, closing speed. Not what he excels at, but I mean, a guy his size, you can't really expect that. But I think good value here in the fourth round. Then in the fifth round, they got Delarin Turner-Yell from Oklahoma. I don't know much about him personally, but we'll see how he does. Not a guy that I don't think was a real star on that Oklahoma defense, but good speed, good athlete, and hopefully he can clean up some of his tackling and the rest of that. Then the fifth round, they got Montreal Washington from Samford. Smaller guy, and he's got good speed. Did well against Florida, as you can see in that stat line. Also, apparently, a return man. Again, not a guy I'm familiar with. They don't even have him ranked. But in the fifth round, hopefully will pan out for the Broncos. Then in the fifth round again, they got Luke Wattenbergs. Then in the fifth round again, they got Luke Wattenberg, the center from Washington. Good player to add to that interior. Again, not super familiar with him. I just know he's a good pass protector. And a little bit light, so not really a power kind of guy. Then in the sixth round, they got Matt Henningsen from Wisconsin. I saw everybody talking about how good of a pick this was. He's just explosive. He's a real disruptor on the defensive line, and I think he'll be fun to watch if they can develop him well. Good guys on that defensive line room. I know they traded Shelby Harris, but I think Henningsen's a good guy to bring in to kind of revamp that. And then in the seventh round, they got Fionn Hicks, I believe how it's said. Not 100% sure. Let me know if I'm wrong. Corner out of Wisconsin. So they went double Wisconsin here in the end. A lot of Wisconsin players were drafted, and I guess smaller corner and not too fast, but he's solid. And in the seventh round, just taking a flyer, maybe he'll just be a special teamer. Solid value. So that's going to wrap it up pretty much for the Broncos. Not a great draft for me. I like Dulcich. I like Uwazurike and some of the value, and Henningsen late, but not great. This is probably a B- for me. They didn't no glaringly bad picks, but they didn't have great picks to begin with, but they didn't really do what the Browns did and turned them into still a lot of good players, in my opinion. Still good players, but no one that I'm just too excited about. So Broncos fans, let me know how you did. If you think you did really well, I'd love to hear that, just to kind of see what these guys bring to your team. Again, not many holes in that roster, and then you got Russell Wilson, which took all your picks, but now, I mean, you're pretty much in hopefully a contending state. So these guys will hopefully just be contributors. Again, let me know what you think. If you want to watch any film rooms or 7-round mock drafts, video playlist will be right here at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Peace.